stand with a parade of items to tempt your taste. Buttered popcorn, golden good and hot from the popper, sizzling hot dogs, cradled in fresh, fluffy...
Welcome to Publication Studio Guelph. We're a small publisher in Guelph, Ontario. We're part of a network of 11 other studios. We all have our own editorial board, but we share a database so that we can print and bind each other's books. We use perfect binding and we print books on demand so that we can print books that we love in small runs. Thanks so much for having us at Virtuelle Expozine Montreal 2020. The first title that I wanted to share with you is this book. It's a collection of poetry by Partridge. It's their debut collection. They're also a spoken word poet. Takerlik is originally from Kuujjuaq, Nunavik, and the cover is illustrated by Tarlik Duffy. Hi. So the second collection of poetry that I wanted to share with you is a book called Forests Not Yet Here. It's also a debut collection of poetry by Guelph artist Lisa Hermer. And this was launched at an art festival called Arts Everywhere in Guelph in January of this year. And Lisa is a visual artist and interdisciplinary artist in Guelph, Ontario. So unfortunately I don't have this book right in front of me, but the third book we wanted to feature is called Observer Data from Block 135 to 145 and 160 Rye Crescent. It was just published last fall 2019 by Rosa Aiello, and it presents the perspective of a surveilling entity over 24 hours as it logs the activity of a single suburban residential block. So those are our three books. Thanks so much for listening about Publication Studio Guelph and the Publication Studio Network. Happy Expo!
Hey Expozine, my name is Sam, and today I'll be presenting you issue number 1 of Burning magazine. It is entitled The Sun and a Candle Flame, or Wanting to Possess a Candle Flame When You Have the Sun. Burning is an interdisciplinary media project based here in Montreal. We accept content in any format as long as it conforms to our values and the theme of the issue. Alright, so let's get into it. The theme for this issue, The Sun and a Candle Flame, was inspired by the events of summer 2019 when we had a long, hot summer with wildfires ravaging California, British Columbia, the Amazon rainforest, and Australia. And as well, there was a lot of political instability because we weren't sure if we were going to get 4 more years of Trump. So this issue, being created in that climate, has a lot of passion and fear, but at the same time, it has a lot of warmth and humanity. You'll notice that the images in this magazine are blown up to take up as much of the page as possible, and the reason for that is that we want the artists' voices to be as loud as possible. If you want to know the title of a work or the artist's name, because those aren't on the pages, you can find those at the front of the book in the table of contents, or at the back of the book in the index. As well, we're very excited to announce issue number 2 of Burning that's coming out very soon, entitled Social Phobia. And if you want to find out more about that and keep up with us as we post more content, we're pretty active on Instagram and Facebook. Both are at Burning Magazine. As well, if you want to support us financially, order a copy, get a t-shirt, you can get in touch with us through Instagram and Facebook as well. And if you're interested in collaborating with us, then you can reach out to us by email at info@burningmagazine.com. All right, I think that just about covers it. Thank you so much for your time. And again, check us out on Instagram and Facebook if you want to stay up to date with what we're doing. Have a great Expozine.
Hi, I'm Nina Drew, and these are my zines. I'm going to show them to you in order from biggest to smallest. So this one's called Am I Gay Enough? And it's the story of 2 magical girl poodles who jump in and out of being regular humans and magically transform into poodle dogs. And the story is about sort of dealing with fluctuating senses of identity and how that fits into community and self-understanding. And I've added stickers on the backs with my stamp and my contact info. The next one is called Frog and Toad Are Queer, and it's sort of a fanzine I made based off of the work of Arnold Lobel, who was a children's book illustrator in the 70s. He's famous for his series Frog and Toad. And according to his daughter, Adrienne Lobel, this was the beginning of him coming to terms with his homosexuality and coming out as a queer person. And so it's sort of my own personal reflections about what the relationship between these 2 fictional characters, between each other and to themselves, means to me. And it's in full color. It's sort of a blend of illustrations that I have copied and that I have been inspired to make from the series. And I hope you'll enjoy. And the final one is called Rituals of the 1950s Butch Lesbian Bar. It's based on the work of Meryl Mushroom, who wrote Bar Dykes, and also a list of cruising strategies which inspired the artwork in this zine. So it's a 3-color risograph print with artworks detailing the steps of cruising butch lesbian style in the 1950s. And it also folds out to an 11 by 17 poster with all of the steps detailed out. So you can sort of fold that one into book form or out for your wall.
Nous sommes stellarzinery. Je m'appelle Jessica Hébert, and this is my collaborator, Hélène.
Oui, je m'appelle Hélène Brousseau ici.
So we're both librarians by day and zine makers by night, and we've been collaborating on this project for a couple of years, so we're going to present some of our zines to you.
Alors ici, on a un premier zine qui est un zine collaboratif. Donc, Jessica et moi, on aime bien essayer de travailler ensemble. On a certains projets qui sont personnels, certains projets qui sont collaboratifs. Ce premier-là, il s'appelle Moto et Rando, Hikers and Bikers. Puis c'est un classique zine bilingue totalement montréalais. Et dans le fond, si vous aimez les photos d'archives des années 70, ben, c'est une sélection de photos d'archives qui ont été interprétées avec des récits de voyage. C'est un zine tête bêche, donc il y a un récit en anglais et un récit en français. Donc certainement à découvrir pour les amateurs des années 70 et des vieilles photos d'archives.
And this is a zine that's part of a duo that I started working on in 2018 when I was on maternity leave and staying up late and having crazy thoughts. It's called Rambling in Verdun avec Maurice, and it takes place in the southwest neighborhood of Verdun in Montreal, and it's about a melancholic pigeon who is wandering the streets named Maurice, and he's sharing his thoughts on life and love and loss and death. And the following year, I made a second version called Verdun Love in Shades of Blue. So this is Maurice Volume 2. And also they're written in English, but they're kind of Fringlish as well. And this one, Maurice is grappling with the effects of gentrification in the neighborhood of Verdun. And he's drawing parallels between romantic love and the deception of heartbreak, and comparing that, drawing parallels between that and gentrification. And it's also it's also each section is a title of a song, and it makes up a karaoke playlist at the end, which you can use whenever you're able to do karaoke to heal an aching heart. So those are the two Maurice volume zines about Verdun. Yeah. And we have a few other zines as well, which you can visit in our Etsy shop, visiting our website, stellarzinery.ca. So that's it for our presentation. Hope you enjoy it. So again, here are the zines in person.
And write to us if you have any questions.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Expozine 2020, taking place on December 5th and 6th. My name is Francis McNamee. I'm the author and co-creator of the Homeward comic book series.
Hi, I'm Laurence Deadzian. I'm the co-creator and illustrator of the series.
Homeward follows the story of Alfred and Bertrand, two brothers who grew up in space and don't know they're human. Their story is about fitting in and finding our place in the universe. It's about accepting ourselves and accepting others as they are.
Book 1 and 2 are already out, and Book 3 is scheduled for release next year. You can buy the Homeward books in English and French, as well as awesome merch at the official website, homewardcomic.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Our handle is @homewardcomic. Take care and have fun!
Thank you and have a great Expozine.
Bonjour, salut, this is Tina, aka Mad Crush, saying hi from super mild Toronto. This looks like a good spot for reading. On y va. Do you have a cervix? What'd you ask me? Down here. I said, do you have a cervix? 'Cause it might be time to start getting regular medical checkups. For example, if you're 21 to 65 and you're sexually active, then it's time to get a pap test, aka cervical exam. Get this way. Wait. Ah. Sorry. No sweat. That's a common reaction. I'm okay. What's not okay is why it's so common. And why is this so? Well, we hear so many rumors all the time. Without clear info, we imagine the worst. Dun, dun, dun. So, let's get some clarity. Are you okay though? Oh, you don't like my bump? The cervix. Who's calling? This is the image we usually see of the female reproductive organ, where the cervix is sometimes forgotten or even neglected all the way at the bottom. To help us visualize, here's a side view, and next, a straight-on view from the bottom. Which changes based on the number of births given. Here's a sagittal view too. The point of cervical exams is to look at cervical cells to see if there are signs of abnormal cells that could lead to cancer. Stage, early stage, late stage. So how is this detected, you ask? Poke, poke, poke. Please, no poking. This is me forever.
to first say thank you so much for Expozine for putting this all together. This is such an awesome event. So shout out to you guys and thank you so much for having us a part of all this. If you're here watching this, thank you so much. I guess I just wanted to give you a little more background on Luna and let you know what we're working on. I started Luna in February 2018 just as a way to connect with other creatives and feature people that I thought were doing cool stuff. I just wanted people to support all these cool people that I was finding and supporting. It's been a real pleasure getting to work with so many creatives all over the world, and it's something that I'm very grateful for. We've definitely come a long way since our first issue. You know, from the very beginning, I knew I wanted the Luna Collective to be more than just a magazine. So it's been cool seeing that whole end of everything evolve. We recently released another merchandise line, our fall zine, and just this past week we released our coffee table style book called Introspection, which features the work of over 80 creatives, and it's been such an incredible thing to put together. That's mainly what I've been working on the past 4 months, and I feel very grateful for everyone part of it. We're also currently working on our 14th issue of the magazine, which will be out late February. Something I find really special about Luna is the community that we've been able to be a part of and foster. We get to work with and feature the coolest people, including our own audience, which is really special. We've always had an open line of communication with our followers, and over time really developed some incredible professional and personal relationships with these people. I love that Luna has given me the ability to connect with, like-minded individuals in so many capacities, whether it be just for inspiration or for professional projects. Over the summer, we created a publication network, just as a way to better connect with other magazines and zines. This is such a special community to be part of, and I'm really grateful for it. So it's been fun having a space for us to, seek advice, collaborate, provide opportunities for one another, and overall just connect. Thanks for listening to my little spiel about everything. Moving forward, we got a lot coming up. We got more seasonal zines, more editorial magazines, another line of merch. We're pretty much always working on stuff. Sky's the limit with us. I feel very grateful to be able to have this platform that allows me to pretty much do anything. So if you're interested in staying connected or staying tuned with any of this stuff, you can follow us on Instagram at Luna Collective Mag. Our website is lunacollectivemag.com. So just stay tuned for everything moving forward. Make sure you check out all the other zines featured, and thank you again.
Et un néologisme créé par la rencontre du mot anglais Spunkt et du mot allemand Punkt. Il contient au milieu le mot punk. Parce que nous devons utiliser un mot inexistant dans l'histoire, détaché des a priori dont il faut se libérer. Un mot neuf à définir. Spunkt repose sur l'affirmation d'une évidence. Le punk a influencé l'art actuel. C'est une combinaison de résilience punk appliquée à une idéation plastique de l'existence. Conscient des erreurs et des capacités de l'humanité, découragé par la banalité de l'art, le spunkt est une conception du monde appliqué. Cette publication est un laboratoire social testant des réactions plastiques et philosophiques. Sous-tendus par des idéaux et une naïveté rédemptrice, ces textes et ces images participent à une création collaborative qui servent à appréhender le monde et à prendre place dans celui-ci. Si le punk et l'art ne changent pas les travers sociaux, ils aident au moins à mettre le doigt dessus. Spunkt Art Now est une prise de parole qui permet de prendre position et d'occuper un territoire esthétique.
Everyone, my name is Parasujan. I'm a visual artist in Montreal, and I mostly work with photography as my medium. I'm going to briefly discuss two of my recent publications. The first one is titled as In the Mirror of the Heart Reside Images of the Unforgettable Land. This is the book of photographic records with an occasional text here and there in the form of poems or sort of spoken word relating to re-exploration of a place and reunion with a reunion with the people who live in it. The photos in this book were taken during my last visit to my hometown of New Delhi, India, in 2018. The book begins and ends with the photographs of arrival and departure gates at the airport, respectively. This is what the book looks like. And the cover for the book comes from an accounting journaling book that is used in India. It's called Bahi Khata. This book is used to keep a track of all the transactions that take place in a business or an enterprise. And in the same way, I'm using this book as a way to record all the activities and interactions that I had with this place and the people who were living there. And the second book I'm going to briefly talk about is called Once Upon a Night. And Once Upon a Night is an accordion book that looks at material photographs, physical photographs, as a source of memory that is stored in the printed material. And the memory that I have from the time when I took those photographs. So in this book, basically, I have made use of leftover images from the previous publication that I talked about, from all the tests that were made, and I've used them as raw materials to recreate this experience that lays somewhere between my own memory and what the image has provided, and it all ends up creating this fictional artifact that is highly manipulated with the use of photography mixing with drawing, and the book kind of functions in a similar manner to a Chinese scroll painting would. And there is no central character in the book, but all the characters exist at the same time. So this is what the book looks like, and if you want, you can flip through it page by page or open it all at once to the length of the book, that is 25 feet, or you could open certain pages and have a scene happening in it, like that. And what happens is with the combination of different pages being showed at once, different scenes happen, or it's pretty much like how photography functions. There's a frame and you cannot see beyond the frame, but it also sort of defies what photography does. It allows you to break through the frame and see what's outside of it in a way also.
And that's my time. Thank you so much. And thank you, Expozine, for providing this platform during this pandemic time so we can still keep sharing our works virtually.
Oh, is there? But it's in the top corner. Oh boy, maybe the battery's gonna die soon. Yeah. So I am talking? Beautiful books by Parrish. Here. Here's another one by him. This one. Take out. And then, essentially, it is one long publication. C'est un long livre en accordion. We call these an accordion book because of the way it's folded up. People wondering if you printed it on a single very long sheet of paper. I've spotted a couple of spots where maybe pieces of paper were joined together. But very impressive journey here. They only made 40 of those. Very, very nice production. And then go back in the box. Paris. We also saw these productions in the videos earlier. Very nice classic zine, I would call it. Un vrai classique. And also a classic stitch-bound style there. Very nice mix of text. And this one is in French on this side, English on that side. Anglais sur un bord, français sur l'autre. Stellarzinery, that one. Stellarzinery. From Los Angeles, we were lucky to have Luna magazine, and their first time taking part in Expozine, the Luna Collective. A very nice photo book. Photos and Poetry is one of them. You just saw there, summer. And the 13th issue of Luna magazine from the Luna Collective in Los Angeles. Very nice. Du beau stock. Finalement, on a vu Monsieur Sébastien Passot. We saw Mr. Sebastian Passot present his magazine, Spunkt Art Now. It's a pretty big one. Yeah, very large. See all the people in this? Uh-oh, I'm there too. I wrote an article for this. And we're not going to get all of this in here. This is huge. Huge, huge. Huge magazine. Well, I guess if you go up, you can do a zoom out. If you want to grab the focus ring, zoom right in. So this is Spunkt. It's like buying a whole bunch of art prints. And there are a lot of beautiful articles too. Et tous les articles sont en anglais et en français. Every single article is in English and in French. And definitely the biggest zine at Expozine this year. De loin, la plus grande publication à Expozine cette année. Voilà, Spunkt. All right, we take a little break for intermission and get back with more presentations shortly. Nous allons prendre une petite pause pour une petite pause après laquelle une autre série de présentations des artistes. Merci.